Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here with a brand new speed build. For the first time I'm using the new Move Objects cheat, which I'm pretty excited about. This was the funnest build ever, and as probably most of you guys know by now, the Move Objects cheat has been included in the latest Sims 4 game patch that came out today. For me in Australia, it was December 17th, but that was probably the 16th for a lot of you guys. But anyways, starting off with the basic shape of the house. This part always takes a while building it, but I've managed to squeeze the whole thing into one video. It took me ages because I was just experimenting with heaps of stuff. So if you're watching this and you get like a bit frustrated, like, Deli, why are you not moving ahead? It's because I was experimenting. I was experimenting with the brand new cheat, and I think experimenting is the best thing because then you get to figure out different ways to use it, unique ways how to use it that maybe other people haven't thought of yet. And I don't know, it's just a good time. But anyways, with the Move Objects cheat, I definitely wanted to do a contemporary home. I love doing contemporary homes. They're my favorite in The Sims, and that's why I chose a contemporary home to use the cheat on. I also had this idea that I wanted a really big kind of double-sized window, like 2-story high window front of the house, which I'm doing right now. And the reason why I wanted to do that was I wanted to experiment with overlapping all the windows in the game. And we come up with this very geometric looking window facade, which I pretty much dig. It's got a bit of a, I don't know, it's got a bit of a maybe Asian inspiration as well. Those squares overlapping each other, if that makes sense to you guys. It makes sense in my own head. But anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. And then we are just getting the basic layout now. So I put in a few bits and bobs here and there in terms of furnishings, just to get a rough idea of the space I'm dealing with and if I want more room. It also helps me decide where the lounge room and the kitchen and the dining room and all that's going to be. So recently when I've been doing some of these newer builds, that's how I've been building. I've been doing the interior at the same time as the exterior. Where I know a lot of builders, they just kind of make the exterior and then make it work inside. But one of the cool things I did find is that windows can be rotated and fitted through each other to create this really lovely wall effect, which I think would look really cool in real life in a home where if you're looking down the windows, the glass comes into the room slightly, and it would be really cool in real life in terms of the lighting effects that it created, glass through glass, you know. I think that would be kind of cool. So I decided to leave that in there. You know, it makes the house really modern and whatnot. Then here's a bit of experimentation with what you can do with layering tables with the Move Objects cheat. So I was trying out a few different things. This table was way too big for this house because it's a family home. But, you know, if you were making a community lot, maybe there's a conference room that would work really well. Little square table by overlapping the glass tables. Quite like that. And there are a few surface glitches as well when you intersect objects. I did realize that is in the game. It was in The Sims 3 as well, so it's not too much of a surprise. And I don't think it's something that we can really be disappointed with because, you know, at least we can interlock and overlap the objects, and it would be super, super hard to not get that visual glitch, I think. But, you know, that cancels out by doing a couple of things. One is using darker colors on the objects, and the other thing is if you overlap glass, often it gets rid of it, except for windows. But I thought I would just go ahead, even though there's a little bit of glitching. I just wanted to create a fun house because it doesn't bother me that much. But there are easy changes. If you do want to download this, you can change them very easily, so it doesn't do that. And yeah, this is on the gallery for download. It's up now. A lot of you guys have been tweeting and commenting saying that, like, when a certain thing's going up on the gallery or that they're not up there, especially the Barbie Dream House. All of my builds are on the gallery, and I know that because they have been downloaded a certain amount of times and they have comments on them. If you cannot find my builds on the gallery, you need to watch the video I posted a while ago. That's how to find me on the gallery. Or you just need to check your filtering settings. They are a little bit complicated on the gallery. They're not the easiest filter. It's not the easiest filter system to use, but you just need to really check your settings. Another thing is my name needs to be spelt with a capital D, so Deligracy with a capital D. But I've also put this house up with the hashtag Deligracy. I've started doing that too with my builds to make it maybe a little bit easier. Anyways, back to the build. We have a lap pool in there, and we made a cantilevered room upstairs that goes over the pool, and that is joined to the ground with some windows. But we're going to change it up a little bit because I didn't think it was quite working how I wanted it to. And also, this is completely unrelated, but I'm a little bit excited. I decided to do just a little bit of online shopping before, and I have 2 dresses coming in the mail, and I'm excited. Anyways, no point sharing that really, but when you go online shopping, it's exciting, especially when you haven't bought anything for ages. These windows through the fence were just way, way, way overboard, way too much. So we get rid of those, and we just have the 3 going up to the room. Thing with the move objects cheat is that you can use the keys 0 and 9 to actually move those objects straight up and down, which is so awesome. So you can move those windows vertically off the ground. And that was something that wasn't available in Sims 3. You could get a mod for it in The Sims 3, but when you would reload the house, all the objects would drop. They wouldn't stay in there. So I am so glad that they've actually included this. It's so exciting. It's definitely the best move objects we've had, I think, in the Sims franchise. For sure. Now all we need is some more swatches or a color wheel. All I want in The Sims 4 is a color wheel. I don't need all the textures like we had in The Sims 3, just a color wheel, and I'd be, the happiest girl alive. Pretty much. You'll also see there next to the staircase, we did skip ahead just a little bit, because I just did a lot of mucking around and I just thought it was not really worth watching, but there are windows being used as a balustrade for the staircase upstairs, just for a bit of a change. I thought that was a bit of fun. And I also like how these windows stop halfway on the second floor. I think they look really cool from the interior. And it gives privacy for the room. You're still getting natural light in a room, but you're getting privacy as well because you're not seeing the entire open room there. Roofing was interesting in this. I wanted flat roofs, but they just, without the ability of constrained floor elevation cheat in this, where you can change the height of the walls, it's hard to make a flat roof that looks realistic. That makes sense. Like, I wanted to have a little bit more height in it without going like full wall height. I want like a third of a wall height. If that makes any sense. So I don't know, the flat roof in the end, we use the diagonal sloping roofs. And by the way, putting in these pool ladders, there is one coming down from the foundation there, the foundation level. I don't think a Sim's going to be able to use that, but I still think it looks realistic and cool. And we took away the windows supporting the cantilevered part of the room, and we put in these windows along the side of the area, the room sticking up and as far as the cantilever there. So I think it creates like this nice sunroom hallway almost, keeping it nice and modern. And I don't know, it goes with the rest of the house really well. It's just all about being geometric, this house is. And it's a family home. It's pretty spacious, actually. It ends up having a master bedroom and 3 bedrooms for kids. So, you can have a pretty decent family in here. You could have kids sharing rooms as well. And there's also a downstairs office too, which could be converted into a kid's bedroom. So it could potentially have a 5-bedroom house here with a few changes. Anyway, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the roof here. Took a little bit of thinking. Roofing's always my least favorite part of a build. I think roofing is something that I'm really not well practiced at. Or I've had a lot of practice, but I've never really excelled at it. So I always don't look forward to it. But in the end, I was looking at the shelves and thinking, well, I could scale up shelves and create an interesting roof through using those. So that's what we do. We actually put them across this smaller area that could have been a balcony. You could change that into a balcony actually, but I decided I wanted it to be more of an exterior feature on the house and look slightly decorative. So we tried putting them in the wrong orientation, I thought. So we sized down these wood pieces and then we start putting them across here. I think it looks really nice. It's kind of like tracks on the house, and I don't know, it goes together with all the rectangular layered windows really nicely, having that kind of runway strip of wood across that balcony area. Putting the roof on, and this was a bit outrageous, this idea. It was to use a mother trucker shelf as a roof, which, it's kind of cool, but I thought in the end it looked too clumsy. I don't know what you guys think. I'll be interested to hear what you think, but I just thought it didn't seem like it had been built, if that makes sense. I didn't like the idea of just having an object plopped on top. I don't know, but this roof was pretty cool. This was the other shelf sized up, and it had this fantastic effect of sloping down towards the windows, but it blocked half the windows. That's why I didn't end up using it. But again, it kind of looked a little bit clumsy. I don't know. It could have worked. It could have worked. I almost went for it, but I backed out. I don't know. I just wasn't really loving it. Anyways, if you did like it, it's a good idea. You could try it on another build. I know, it was a good discovery to make. Anyways, we are going into some of the interior design now, which is the exciting part, or at least it is for me. So I really love the layout of this house. It's really open living, and there's one bedroom downstairs, there's an office downstairs, there's a main bathroom downstairs with all of those main living spaces. And then if you go upstairs, that's where the bedrooms are, a second lounge room, which is pretty cool. There's also a downstairs art studio for the eldest boy child, I think. At least that's what I was designing, or who I was designing for in my head anyways. A lot of these items that I'm using, you may be thinking, what? I haven't seen those before. Those items are in the Sims 4 game. They're not custom content. They're just career items that you would usually unlock through gameplay through your careers. So those kitchen benches and the range hood and the stove, actually, you have to get to a certain level in the cooking career to unlock them. But with the new patch, there was a cheat released where you can actually unlock all of those career items and you can use them as much as you like. And so happy, so happy. It's just like relief, this patch, I swear. I swear. Also, the fruit bowl could be put in the microwave to look like fruit in the microwave. But why would you do that? I don't know. So I didn't do that. I was just like, hey, it's fruit in the microwave. And now we're putting in some wine racks because I've always wanted to use these wine racks, but I've never unlocked them. So we have those in there. Nice blackboard to write the shopping list on. And got the fridge space with some storage here. And this is like the little nook, the little kitchen nook. Originally, I was going to put a laptop over there and have the chair kind of offset. Even though Sims wouldn't be able to use it, it looks kind of cool. But in the end, we make it into the washing up area. So there's a sink there. And also, we're putting a TV in the corner here, like a little TV. You know how kitchens often have really little TVs up in a corner? That's what I wanted to do with that. So we just use the 9 key to lift that up with the Move Objects cheat on. And voila, you have a TV on the roof. Here is a mother trucker TV that's not sized up. That is from the Career Awards, using the Unlock Career Awards cheat, whatever. If you want to know those cheats, just Google them. I also have a video that tells you them as well, which I released just before about the new patch. And then we're making a L-shaped couch here because, hello, L-shaped couches are awesome, and I love having them in The Sims using the Move Objects cheat, so I had to put that in, and I love this rug. This rug is so cool. Like, I want this rug. I I've been looking at that rug too for ages, and I was like, I really want to unlock it. And now we can with a little cheat. Yes. Overlapping some glass tables here. It's probably a trick you may recognize if you watched some of my Sims 3 builds. I used to do that a lot in The Sims 3, as well as overlapping plants through tables and plants on top of one another. That was kind of my signature thing that I did in The Sims 3, so of course I'm going to carry it into The Sims 4. Putting a light behind the couch there. In a way, this house is potentially a bit more masculine. There's a lot of dark colors used, and there's a bit of, like, a lot of metals as well. I don't know, but that TV is awesome. I want a TV that big. I really do. There's a little aeroplane there as well, which is quite cute. We're going to go with yellow chairs, but we changed them in a second because I thought it was a little bit harsh. Overlapping some plants there. And then, I love that light feature on the wall too. I feel like it has an Art Deco feel about it. Those lines that gradually become shorter. Kind of like that idea. Anyway, working on the dining table area. I didn't overlap the dining table because really for that space the best kind of table you want is a long, thin one for that area. So we didn't do anything crazy, but we did put a lamp through the table because this is my first build using Move Objects cheats, so obviously I'm gonna do that. Mismatching the chairs too. I feel like this is just typical deli style. Just celebrating Move Objects, deli style. Loving it. So much fun. But we needed to change these carpets up because it was a bit too much black and white going on. Just not a fan. So we get rid of those and pop these ones in. I think these are a really cool carpet. And that was also from a career being unlocked there. Pretty cool. We also go with the old 3 plant pots in the corner. Apparently, for some of you, plant pots, using the word plant pot, I think is meant to be cheeky or something, but in Australia it just literally means pots that you put your plants in. So if some of you are chuckling, I don't really understand why. Maybe because I'm just Australian. I just don't know. I don't know. These lights are being laid as well. They create a nice fanned out effect, which I like. And yeah. Anyway, putting up some paintings here. These pop art ones are pretty nice. I like those a lot. A lot. And some pale blue walls help break up those dark colors or dark timber with the white. We're about to move this shelf up the wall using the 9 key again. 0 moves it back down. So we get that stacked shelf look, which I think is pretty rad. And then we're going to put some paintings on the wall. These other ones are unlocked from... I'm wondering if those are actually unlocked from the new business career, because we also had in this patch career updates. We had so much in this patch. It's crazy. You can also get maternity leave now. You can also eat your vegetables that you pick, which for some reason I was really excited about that. I was like, yes. And then we can also, what were a couple of other things in that patch? There's just heaps. There's a whole list on Sims VIP. Alexis did a really fantastic job on that. But yeah, the 2 new careers, the athletic career track and the business career track, pretty awesome. I'm excited to get Ashton in my current Sims 4 LP into the athletic career track. And maybe Barbie might get into a business. I kind of want her to be a business tycoon. That would be pretty fun. This window leading into this room, I thought it was a nice idea to have a chess table in the office, which is what we're working on right now. So chess is a social thing. Often it's a social thing. So if you can peer through the window and see the people playing chess, I thought that was a nice idea, and it makes sense to have it in the office because if you want to build your logic skill, you can do that for your job. And yeah. These shelves here fit perfectly with the timber texture on the walls. I was like, that's pretty good. So then we experiment more with Move Objects here by lifting books to go up on those shelves using the 9 key again. So we just lift them up and put them side by side, and it creates a really lovely, realistic effect, I think, for shelving around that TV area. And there's also a toy car there, some books on the ground, and we're also going to put some shoes on the ground there too. Photo frame is always nice on the wall there. And maybe some family pictures and BT tubs. Loving those wall lights. Like, loving them. They are also lights that are meant to be unlocked from the career rewards section. And I think for the artist's career, and they're just so sleek. And they just are exactly what we need. I would have loved to have those or something like that in The Sims 3 as well. I don't think there ever was, though. Quite as thin as those. I think we had fluorescent ones, but just not as nice. We have a bonsai tree in the corner to work on your gardening skill if you'd like to in the office. It's pretty much the skill building area. There's actually a lot of opportunities for your Sims to build up their skills in this house because we have the office area. We also have a piano upstairs, and then we also have an artist room too. So really the only thing that you could add if you wanted to was exercise equipment, and you're pretty much covered. But yeah, it's coming along now. This is the artist room, and the idea is this is the teenage boys' wing of the house, or the young boy adults wing of the house. So he has his own art studio here, and this is really fun and a great example of using the new patch because we're using heaps of career objects obtained through the art career, and then we have them overlapping and intersecting a lot because that is the area in this house that really has an excuse to be all higgledy-piggledy. So we do that. I also liked that board, so I quickly put that in the office, that smart-looking board. There was also a bag of money that we had to put in the office as well because, like, if your Sims is going to live in this house, they're going to be pretty cashed up. Okay? Lots of canvases. We've also got a work table there if you want to work on your sculptures, and a fairly nice carpet for this room. Maybe the carpet's a little bit too nice for this room, but it's dresses it up just a little bit, makes it all snazzy. And we're putting indoors here because we are going to be making some clothes wardrobes. We can now make wardrobes in The Sims 4. So happy. So happy. So just putting some clothes in there and shoes, making sure that they are for a boy, because this is a boy's room. In my opinion, this is a boy's room. Or at least that's what I was trying to achieve. So we put a wardrobe there and then some shelving units, I think behind the bed head. So I'm pretty sure Sims can get into the bedroom. Actually, one thing I haven't done yet, which I should have done but I forgot to, is player test the house. I was going to do that while I was taking screenshots, but I got way too excited to upload. So it'll be interesting to test it out, to see how much move objects does, I guess. Oh my gosh, my phone's making such weird sounds. I'm going to put that away. It'll be interesting to see how much the move objects cheat actually interferes with your Sims interactions or how they interact with your objects. I did read from a sim guru that they're meant to still interact with objects that are intersected, which is pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. Putting the shelves in here, and one of my favorite things to do in The Sims 3 was actually to put paintings leaning up against the wall, or appear to be leaning against the wall from a shelf. So we're doing that. Looks like they've kind of been placed up there because who can be bothered buying picture hooks and hanging up paintings? It takes so long to get it straight. At least it does for me. Actually, I usually just guess and don't measure it up, and then it looks a bit like it's pretty spot on, but there's always something that's a little bit off. That's pretty much my style for making things. It's by me if it's not quite right. I like the wallpapers in this guy's room. I like how there's timber down one side of the feature wall, then he's got his orange wall. I think it's pretty nifty, and he's got some circular rugs there overlapping. Pretty cool cat, if you ask me. Pretty cool artist dude. This is a downstairs bathroom, so the main bathroom, and I like white tiles for a change. I've been kind of getting into them. I use a lot of darker tiles, but I'm liking these, and really enjoyed putting those mirrors behind the counters then. Such a relief. And having both of those soap dispensers next to one another, that's nice. Except they keep getting deleted. I mean, you saw just then the game deleted them. So I think I put them there maybe 3 times, and then I gave up on the last one. I was like, oh, it's just going to keep disappearing. Probably because of, I'm not actually sure why. Maybe something on the wall behind it. I don't know. And then there's a spa bath here too, in the main bathroom, so you can have a spa. Very classy. And by the way, if you guys have a spa bath at home, I am so jealous. I would love to have a spa bath, but I don't have one. My auntie has one, which was pretty cool. So I do use her spa bath when I can. Oh my gosh, but I just remembered she got rid of her spa bath when they renovated their bathroom. Oh, damn it. I'll have to find a spa bath in my future house. I will get one. Anyways, this is the next child's bedroom, and it's for a young boy who loves music. Or, this could be a young girl's room. Could totally be a young girl's room as well. So we've got some tables. I don't even know what I was thinking of doing there. That was a little bit odd, but I was obviously trying to experiment with something. And then we're going to have a nice single table desk there. So not a big desk, just a little one. Sometimes it's a bit nicer to be modest in the bedroom. And I like how that lamp can be squeezed behind the computer there with Move objects on. Also putting in a school bag and a little lunch box there. And some sports equipment, which actually, I think we're rearranging it a little bit. But that school bag is so cool. It looks like a gingerbread man. I'm pretty sure it's not what it's meant to be. Still pretty cool though. And a massive dragon toy. Dragon toy? Yeah, that's a dragon. Yeah. And then putting clothes in the wardrobe for the younger boy too. They're pretty cool clothes. I rate them. Oh, we might have skipped the girls' room. I think we skipped the little girls' room, but you'll see it soon. The girls' rooms are really, really pink, and the upstairs bathroom has like a nice archway with a curtain on it to get through, which I thought was a nice touch. In this room, there's a lot of sporting things as well, and we needed to have a musical painting in there as well, because this kid likes his music. There's also a violin in there. And then we are moving on to the master bathroom, I think. Once we stop pretty much having a fit right now with rotating the camera. But okay, so here's the main bathroom. I wanted to create a double shower so your Sims can shower at the same time. It's meant to be a little bit more sexy than having 2 cubicles there, but whatever. For the Sims, that's how we're going to make it work. I like the white contrast against the timber, and so everything is white and brown. And then we have a lovely bathtub there. I'm gonna put in a toilet for Tinkle Time too, and a few things over the mirror there, some bottles and whatnot. That's really nice to be able to overlap that, putting some dirty washing on the floor, and that was found through the Buy the Bug cheat for Sims 4, which is just Control-Shift-C bb.show hidden objects. And we've got some towels being put in there as well. Pretty snazzy stuff. Then that light or lamp light, the ceiling light, that's been rotated and repeated to create that more fanned out effect. This is a downstairs bathroom. Everything's been deleted yet again, so we just added a couple of extra things. And lastly, where we are going to work on the master bedroom. You can see the piano there on the mezzanine level as you arrive up from the staircase from walking downstairs. We have a his and her wardrobe because it's my dream to have his and her wardrobes. That is what I'm going to have in my house for Shizzle My Nizzle, like dream. And then they have a laundry basket, which is quite modest there, but it fits in quite nicely, and then a couple of cupboards above it. That was a bit of fun to do, to have his and hers. And then this bed, I do get frustrated with the lack of bed covers and swatches we have to choose from. Again, if we had a color wheel, it would be completely fine. So I don't know, hopefully they work on that. It seems like this game is going to be worked on over time. More things are going to be available in the game updates, which is exciting. It's really good of them to be doing that and not costing us anything to upgrade. So bit by bit, we'll get there. I'm not losing hope on having a color wheel. I know they pretty much confirmed there wouldn't be a color wheel before the game came out. I mean, just after the game came out. But then again, I've heard, I'm pretty sure I read a sim guru said they were taking it into account. So I'm not losing hope just yet. We've layered that plant there in the corner as well, so it looks a lot more luscious, a lot more full. And then we're putting some paintings here, leaning actually above those lights there. So there's no bedside tables. I thought it was kind of cool if there's switches next to the bed, just to have the light that turns on over the bed. And then this is a nice loungy area for the parentals, I guess. If they want to be in their separate little lounge room, you could put exercise equipment there. That would work quite nicely, or you could put another desk area. You know, that's a good space to work with actually, and would be fantastic for a nursery. If you decided to have a little bambino, you could totally do that. But yeah, putting in some glass tables, a few rugs here. I take forever to choose these rugs. I don't really know why, but it's just being really picky. And I think we overlap a big one with a little one. My mum always says that, a big one. So I say that too. And then having some books, candles there. I love Move Objects Sheet. It's like the best thing to ever happen. Oh, so much happiness right now. You have no idea. Actually, you guys probably appreciate it as much as I do. So putting in another plant there, a few other plants within it to create that nice, really lush look. And putting in some fencing there, which is another object unlocked from the Career Unlock Objects sheet. We're about to go into some screenshots just now. So here is the house, finished, completed, landscaped. You can see the windows there that we've overlapped, and the side of the house. The nice reflective pool. Those graphics are really good. They did such a good job with reflections on water in this game. Then we've got just looking around the lower level. And I did remember a balustrade in this because I tend to forget that on stairs. Kitchen area, having a look at that. And then we also have a fun kind of wardrobe thing, a wine cellar thing there. There's the office, there's the artist's room, and the bedroom of the boy who likes to do his artwork in there. Upstairs looking downstairs from that level, the boys' room, or the other little boys' room or girls' room, sports stuff. This is a cool living area. I liked that. And then this is the little girls' room, which is pink. It's got lots of things everywhere. So cute. And then the parental's room, which I'm liking. Sophisticated, I think, could be the word for that. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll speak to you soon.